प्रसार भारती अभिलेखागार की प्रस्तुति सदाबहार सुनहरे दौर का अनमोल खजाना।
Namaskar. Tonight's performance is Michael Madhusudhan Datta's Meghnad Bad Kaব্য. But before the performance begins, I have some submissions to make to you, my dear spectators. Number one, we are living at a particularly critical, crisis-ridden age. Thanks to free market and certain other changes in the society of India, we are passing through a very critical time. Culture, as we all know, is local and is derivative of our local traditions. But this is a time when localness is getting eroded every day, where tradition is being pooh-poohed every day, thanks to a mass universal culture, a faceless universal culture. I know that we are passing through a very critical time, nationally, globally, and otherwise, a nightmarish time. And the theater that in my youth I had dreamt of would not be realized in my lifetime. I'm sure about that too. Only thing that I can do, and I love to do, joyfully do, is to be able to become the manure for my next generation. Let me quote Tagore. Tagore said that in the earliest childhood, children, their body and mind work together. Their expression, the mind and body, they unite and ignite into a total expression. But unfortunately, the school system, that separates the mind from the body. Thanks to the mask of respectability and all that, as you all who have been to the schools do know at much pains. So, as a result of which, we forget the importance of body, this wonderful human body, the voice, the instinct, the intuition, and the total language of body we forget. And as a result of which, our theater starts becoming too very cerebral. We become pompous, solemn. We give too much emphasis on our mind. Unless these two combine, theater does not get ignited. Theater does not become total.
কুসুম শয়নে যথা সুবর্ণ মন্দিরে বিরাজে বীরেন্দ্র বলি ইন্দ্রজিৎ 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 তথা পশিল কুজন ধ্বনি সে সুখ সাধনে জাগিলা বীর কুঞ্জর কুঞ্জ বন গীতে প্রমিলার কর পদ্মে ধরি রথীন্দ্র মধুর স্বরে হায় রে যে মতে নলিনীর কানে অলি কহে গুঞ্জরিয়া নলিনীর কানে কহে অলি গুন গুন গুঞ্জরিয়া কি কহে প্রেমের রহস্য কথা কহিলা আদরে চুম্বিনী মিলিত আখি ডাকিছে পূজনে হৈমবতী উষা তুমি রূপসী তোমারে পাখিকুল মিল প্রিয়ে কমল লোচন উঠো চিরানন্দ মোর নীল প্রিয়ে কমল লোচন উঠো চিরানন্দ মোর সূর্যকান্ত মনে সময়ে পরানো কান্তা।
But today, why Meghnad Badh Kabbo, which was last staged 118 years back, Meghnad Badh Kabbo, a classic by Michael Madhusudan Datta? Why? Because this is a time when theatre workers, in all humility and in all strength, have once more to discover their roots. It's all very well to fly in the international sky, but unless we have our feet firmly implanted on our own soil, unless we have our roots to derive from, our wings are likely to get weakened and weakened. And it will be a sad performance for theatre the day when they forget that we should have our roots in our soil and our vision in the horizon.
या गर्दिश में हूँ या आसमान का तारा हूँ आवारा हूँ आवारा हूँ।
अच्छा, एबारे this song is being sung by a person who is absolutely sad and depressed. So the tune remains the same, but the whole gayaki changes. Khub dukhi lokta. Avara hoon, ya gardish mein hoon, aasman ka tara hoon, avara hoon. Khub tired lokta. Avara hoon, ya gardish mein hoon, आसमान का तारा हूँ आवारा हूँ। ধরা যাক, the singer has no care in the world and he doesn't care, give a damn. आवारा हूँ आवारा हूँ आवारा हूँ आवारा हूँ, या गर्दिश में हूँ आसमान का तारा हूँ आवारा हूँ।
घरबार नहीं संसार नहीं, मुझको किसी से प्यार नहीं, मुझको किसी से प्यार नहीं, सुनसान डगर अनजान नगर का न्यारा हूँ आवारा हूँ।
এবারে এই গানটা প্রফাউন্ডেস্ট কোন সরোর সঙ্গে আইডেন্টিফাই করা যাক। সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু, ভাবটা আগে ভেতরে আসুক, ভাব গভীরতম দুঃখ। या गर्दिश में हूँ आसमान का तारा हूँ। साथे घरवार नहीं संसार नहीं, मुझको किसी से प्यार नहीं, मुझको किसी से प्यार नहीं, घरवार नहीं संसार नहीं, मुझको किसी से प्यार नहीं। This song, which is as good as almost to me our national anthem because of its popularity over decades, has through decades has a definite structure, technical structure and verbal structure. But if the singers, that is the actors, these people, if they sing the same song from a different bhav, from a different attitude, naturally it changes not only the whole style of singing, but the meaning of the words, and the whole song suddenly resonates with a different kind of expression. An actor has to do that, to find to combine the technique with the bhav, he has to approach it from various directions, and suddenly the serendipity happens, the discovery of the unknown, the pleasant unknown happens. You are the hunters, and Gautam, he is the hunted, right? And your job is to get hold of him by coming crawling. But in case while you are on movement, if he can see you moving, then that particular person is out. Okay, Gautam? Shati, create some atmosphere. Okay? Right in 1980, or in perhaps in 1970, yes, in 1979, we began training as a part of our regular activity. So far, we did not have any formal training. Now we thought, in this changed context, we needed to train ourselves as much as we could. Thirdly, I felt that in the earlier years, say Shambhu Mitra or Tripti Mitra or Tapas Sen or Khaled Chaudhary, these people made their mark in well before they were even 30. But whereas in the 80s I noticed that younger people, the energetic, knowledgeable, determined, committed younger people were no longer coming in that number as they used to do earlier. They were rather boycotting unknowingly theatre. Quick, quick, quick. You are the hunters. The fangs and claws, the eyes. Sound of the hunt, the suppressed sound of the hunter. Where are the eyes of the hunters? Yeah. Hunter is getting close. Closer. We are very decent human beings. But what we need to do is make ourselves more animal-wise human. That human species is also one kind of animal species. We have to incorporate that in our theatre practice, in the practice of acting. Therefore, let us now start some improvisation on, say, a debate on World Cup cricket.
আম্পায়ার 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 সবাই একসঙ্গে কথা বলছে তুমি ঠিক করো কে বলবে কথা শ্রীলঙ্কা কোনখানে ভালো খেলেনি তুমি আমার বলো প্রতিটা ম্যাচের কাছে ভালো খেলে
Sorry for the interruption. Now, Dev Shankar, for the role of Harun, imagine which should be the animal that can, with its characteristics, with its peculiar kind of energy, help you in this characterization. And so, about you, Gautam, which animal should be energizing you most?
combination of
Lion and a boar. Right.
It's a fox and monkey.
Fox and monkey, that's good. So try to use their physicality initially, but then internalize it. Right. Let's see.
কথাটা আমি আমার বিবিরেও কই নাই।
কথাটা কি?
ছোকরা স্বাভাবিক না। বুঝলেন না কথাটা?
কথাটা বুঝলাম না তো।
My second submission is about theatre being a minority culture vis-a-vis the avalanche of mass culture, the mass spectatorship, mass media, multimedia culture, which is eroding the basis of theatre today. Theatre, as you know, like most other culture, most other arts, do not bear duplication. It is born in one night and it dies in the same night. And theatre has its own economics, own infrastructure. It is a very intimate activity where across the footlight, there you sit and we perform before you and we jointly, in our togetherness, make a journey toward the discovery of human destiny.
Bharati, আমি লেলে বাবু ছোয়ানা নই, আমি অমলকান্তি চৌধুরী আর তুমি বাবুয়া চৌধুরী।
ওকে জানতে হবে, ওকে নিজেকে কোন লাট সাহেবের বাচ্চা ভেবে বসে আছে। শোনো, তুমি লিডার নও, আমি হিরো নই। ওই 36 বছর গতরে খেতে না, আর হাজার হাজার লোকের মতো তুমিও দেউলে দেউলে। আর 34 বছর দামড়া আমি। আমার দর কত জানো বাবা? দর ঘন্টায় 7.5 টাকা, মাসে 1800। ও বাবু, আমি কোনোদিন তোমার জন্য এই প্রাইজ নিয়ে আসবো না। তুমি আমার জন্য দরজার কোণায় দাঁড়িয়ে থেকো না।
ঘেন্নায় প্রতিশোধের জ্বালায় তোর চোখ চকচক করছে রে। অকম্মা অকম্মা তুই অকম্মা অকম্মা অকম্মা।
The early years of Nandika, that is 60s and 70s, were different times. Approaching 80s were sending new signals to me. I felt that theatre could not go on entirely on the basis of performance and production, theatre per se. Theatre had to once more assume the socio-cultural role. And therefore, I started diversifying the activities of Nandika in various ways.
সকলেকে একটা জায়গায় বসতে হবে, সকলের পরামর্শ নিয়ে আমাদের একটা কাজ করতে হবে।
কি কাজ?
যে কাজে সকলেই সুখী হোক, সকলেই ভালো বলে।
Since the early 90s, we felt that what about the children who cannot go to the schools as such, or for example the children from the pavements, or for example the children in the wretched slums. 4 years back we adopted a slum in northeast Calcutta called Nivedita Colony, and there started work with the slum children.
তাও একবার হয়ে দেখি।
And this emboldened us to go farther into debilitating handicapped situations. When during the centenary celebrations of Calcutta Blind School, the authorities suggested that we do something with the blind children, we, without knowing, readily accepted the ego trip and felt that, well, if we could do with the slum children, the children dwelling in the pavements and all that, why not with the blind children?
এবার আস্তে আস্তে বাড়ির কথা আসছে, বাড়ির কথা।
She was a trainee from 1979, and later she became my wife. And that is Dev Shankar. He joined Nandikar as a trainee in 1986, I believe. And Gautam, who is leading the training process, Gautam Haldar, he also joined as a trainee in 1986. Swati Lekha in 79, and our colleagues, some of colleagues are not here, they are now at the moment working with blind children. These people later became trainers, and so the cycle was always on, without which our theatre stagnates. My friend B.V. Karanth of Karnataka, he once said that the best director is he who can make his role totally useless to his colleagues. Thirdly, although in politics, the more aged the politician, like vintage wine, they become more popular and more in the hold of things. But in normal, everyday activity, like theatre, there the equation of age and youth have to be remembered. And I, as the eldest of this community of theatre workers called Nandikar, I have perhaps outlived my role. I am the senior most here. I would wish today that my younger people, Swati Lekha, Gautam, Partho, a band of young musicians, Debashish, Ashok, these people who are at the backstage as performers and as crew, they have built up tonight's performance. I wish them well. I wish that you who, when we were young, you came to see us, you came to protect us, you came to chastise us if we went astray, and you always made us heroes when we deserved it. I would request you, my dear spectators, to play the same role towards this young generation of Nandikar who have the custody, the legacy of theatre, of minority culture, where it would depend whether they can continue. Up to you it would depend whether they can be better than us. They can relate themselves to our time and make their journeys, bear their crosses. Thank you. Namaskar.